Betting for Breakfast, our golf betting show. I'm Mark Drumheller, and I'm here with Dave Gleckner. A little bit of a late start. We apologize. We got a quickie tonight. We're going to run for about 15 minutes, and we're going to give you guys our picks for the Wells Fargo Championship. Dave, listen, the good news is, after my week last week, we don't have a lot of time to talk about what transpired over last weekend. None of the outrights hit. I tried to play some live matchups. I did okay there, but definitely not enough to dig me out of the hole I put myself in early last week. So it was a challenging course for the golfers, and it was a challenging course for me as well. So I'm looking to bounce back this week at Wells Fargo.
No doubt. But I will tell you this, coming off last week, I had a couple good hits. And really, if you rode the Nyman versus Sungjae train, I tried to convince you. Mm-hmm. Easy money. I mean, Sungjae had an early start, but Nyman's the real deal, and that'll lead us right into this week because I think we're feeling a little Joaquin ourselves.
Absolutely. Love me some Joaquin this week at Wells Fargo. And I did play that matchup. I hit that one for the tournament. I hit 2 live matchups on Saturday, hit 2 of 3, but then Sunday only hit 1 of 3. So couldn't make up the ground. Had Max home on the outright on Sunday. He didn't come through. Defending champ here at Wells Fargo, but I can't back him after Max let me down last week.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, I love Max. I think he's I had him in a couple of DFSs last week. Really, like, he's just a strong player, and he's still undervalued when you look at fantasy golf. But I can't take him on the number this week. This is, that's a lot on him last week. He was right there. What was he? 1 off the lead going into Sunday, and really just didn't show up.
Yeah, he really just didn't get it done on the last day, and he was kind of like playing pretty consistent. Like, I liked, his form going into Sunday, and then it all just kind of fell apart. So it was just one of them weekends. Hey, listen, first weekend since we started this where I didn't end up in the green. So those things are going to happen. The good news is the odds are against it happening 2 weekends in a row. So I'm ready to cash in this week. But let's start with the course, Wells Fargo Championship. Listen, this is one that is you got to be able to hit it some to get the job done here, Dave. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the course?
Yeah, you're right. This is championship course, and you probably all know that by now, but the PGA Championship was held here just a few years ago. Justin Thomas won. Quail Hollow is very well known. It's well renowned. It's one of the toughest courses on the PGA Tour. Only 4 courses played really harder last year. It's a long course, 7,600 yards, par 71 as well. It takes a lot to really, win this tournament. It takes a lot, not only off the tee, as Drums just mentioned, but also tee to green. Those are the 2 stats: strokes gained off the tee, tee to green. And you'll also be surprised. The winner of this tournament has been 1, 2, and 4 in strokes gained putting in the last 3 years. So, you might not think about it, but it's all about the putting here as well.
Well, it's in par 5s, right? You got to. You can't bury yourself on the par 5s.
You can't. And there is one cool, unique hole. There's a lot of unique holes. Don't get me wrong. There's some water on 18 that really comes into play, especially at the end of the round. But hole 14, keep an eye on that one. When they move the tees up, drivable par 4 can play around 290, usually around 340, cut the corner. They're going to have to play at that green this week because there's not a lot of birdie holes at this course. So they're going to have to play aggressive. It's going to be the guy off the tee. I'm telling you, it's going to be the guy off the tee that's getting it done. Got to have a well-rounded game, but that tee game is going to be very important this week.
Yeah, so listen, we only got like 15 minutes tonight, so we got off to a late start. So let's give the people what they want. Let's hit them up with our outright bets. We're going to start. I'm going to give you the breakfast ball and let you lead off because I think there's 4 guys that you like. One of them we're on the same side with, so we're aligned with one. Hopefully that's the winner. But, give me your first play on the Wells Fargo.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know we all get in, I'll go in order. And if you go by order of ranking of betting, Viktor Hovland's my first one. He's coming off a T3, great finish last week. Also 21st at the Masters this year. The kid's playing well. And we've talked about, we've highlighted him a lot on the show. Haven't really pushed my chips in on him just because you're just waiting for the right moment. You're not, you win 1 or 2 tournaments a year, you're the man. Well, this is one that really sets up well for him. He's tremendous off the tee. And for Viktor Hovland, you can get 19-1 on DraftKings right now, 21 on some other sites. Really like his number this week. Don't forget, he has one, but hey, 4 out of the last 10 winners at this tournament were maiden winners. Like, this isn't. Don't just sit here and think this is going to go Rory or Bryson or. I like some of these mid-range guys a little bit better this week, especially the ones that played last week. Big reason I like Hovland.
Yeah, I just had to take Bryson. I'm not going to lie to you. So, I mean, I'll go with my first one, the chalkiest one, and it is Bryson. And I realized that, it's not a slam dunk, but I just think in a course like this, we're talking number one in strokes gained off the tee, number one in driving distance, right? Second in par 5 birdies are better at almost 60%. So the par 5s don't scare the man. He's 37th in strokes gained putting, right? And, I think he's looking to bounce back and really return to the Bryson form that we're used to. I got him at 15-1. I actually split it like the top 20. I like to play the outright. I like to play the top 20. Top 20 a little chalky at minus 145. So I split the stake between the top 20 at minus 145 and the top 10 at plus 140. So hopefully he hits the top 10. I cash them both and I get it at about even money. But, I kind of hedged it a little bit with the split stake because I just didn't want to go in on the top 20 at minus 145. And I think Bryson can be right there at the end. Like, I think that this is an opportunity for him to kind of come in here and make a statement. But he is definitely the one with the shortest odds that I have. Bryson DeChambeau, power course like this, I got to go with the muscle.
Yeah, listen, you'll know by Friday if you're in it because Bryson's one of those. He seems to be one of those all-in type of guys.
It's almost one of those situations, Dave, where like I initially when I was formulating my guys, I was like, hey, I took the next 2 guys I'm going to talk about, and then I was like, I had trouble like leaving the sportsbook app without putting in the bet on Bryson in this type of course. Like I just felt like I had to, you know what I mean? So I went in on Bryson, because if he won, I'd be kicking myself. So I made sure that there'll be plenty of other reasons for me to be kicking myself, but it's not going to be if Bryson wins.
I hear you. I'm going to go another long ball hitter with my second, Tony Finau, 26-1. We all know the history about Tony Finau. We all know how he doesn't show up on Sundays. Man, but you got a guy with that length. I mean, we last saw him in the tournament down at the Zurich, paired up with another long hitter in Cameron Champ, and they were striping it. They were there until mid-Saturday they started fading off, and it wasn't really Tony's doing. So for me, I really like Tony Finau. Another, we're going quick hitters tonight. 26-1, driving distance, very good with the irons. That putter shows up this week. Bing, bing, bing. I like the 26 number. Give me Tony. This court did well for him.
Tony Finau. I was actually looking at him at a little of a first-round leader. I did not pull the trigger. I didn't pull the trigger on a first-round leader. I had it down to a couple guys. I just couldn't get comfortable. But Finau was one of them, man, and I think he could be in for a big day. I absolutely love it. The next one I'm going to go with is my favorite. Speaking of absolutely loving, and that is Will Zalatoris. Willie Z at 30-1. I got him. This is my favorite outright of the weekend. Top 20 plus 140. This is a guy, Will Z, skinny frame, right? But don't let it fool you. Top 20 strokes gained off the tee. Top 20 greens in regulation. 4th in approach. 8th in strokes gained tee to green, right? You want form. He finished 2nd at the Masters. He was just outside the top 20 at Workday and the Players, 15th at Genesis, 10th at Arnold Palmer. And this is all just in the last 2.5 months. That is, form. That form is fire, and I'm going to take it every time. And that's Will Z right here. And I think I think this could be the week where he puts it all together. He needs that big victory. He's coming off a bad weekend at RBC by his standards. I say buy the dip, buy Will Z 30-1, and we're going to secure the bag on this one.
I love Will Z. I just love everything about him. I'm just worried about his gas tank, but he had the week off, right? 2 weeks off. So, this is a good little spot here. And what'd you get the number at? 30-1.
30-1. And I got him top 20 plus 140. So, if he don't take home the crown, he's going to get in there at that plus 140. And I think he's a shoo-in for top 20. Very comfortable with that one.
Yeah. Hey, bud, I think this is where we're going to line up. My next one is Joaquin Niemann, 33-1. What I like, he's a lead off the tee. You may not know this, but he's 8th in driving distance this year on the PGA Tour. He's top 15 in strokes gained off the tee. The kid's just good. He's got this weird little like thing with his putt where he grabs his right arm before he putts. But hey, get that straight for 4 days. I'm good with you because you're going to stroke it off the tee. You're going to hit greens. Just knock a couple putts in. 33-1. Guy's hot. I mean, we saw him last week. He was in the mix. Definitely, finishing the top 10. He's going to break through. The kid's good. And this course fits up well. If anything, I would say it's a drawler's course from a right-handed player's perspective, fader from a lefty. He's got a little bit of both, but the distance, the game off the tee, the irons, just hold it, make a couple putts. I feel good about this one.
Yeah. I mean, listen, 38th in putting, right? Could be worse. You know what I mean? It could be worse. And I think that, just again, the way he's been playing lately, you look at his form, he was struggling a little bit, but he's back, 8th in Valspar. It was first top 10 in the last 5 events. So that's exactly what you want to see now. Back on this end, I think he can jump in here and make a statement. Another guy, skinny frame, but hits bombs. Neiman can hit bombs. You talked about his numbers off the tee, top 15. I think he's 13th or whatnot. Driving distance, like you said, top 10. He hits bombs, man. And, it's a situation with him. I got him 35-1, top 20 plus 150. And it's like, I'm very happy with that number. I mean, I think that, he's a guy who can really come through, and I think he's kind of ascending at the right time here. Like I said, it looks like he has his form back and he's ready to make a move. And I think the course plays out for him. I feel like, I got these skinny guys on this, powerhouse course, right? It's funny. It's almost like NHL. What was it? Nintendo for NHL, right? You used to pick your 3 guys. I went skinny, fat. Not that Bryson's fat, but you know how you had the round guy, the real thick guy, and then the 2 skinny guys. So I think that's my lineup. I'm going skinny, fat with the 3. I got the 2 skinny guys and Will Z and Joaquin, and then I got Big Bryson to bring it home. So I'm trying to cover all angles, but I like it, man. I like it. They're my 3 outrights for this week, and I can't wait for them to get started tomorrow.
Yeah, dude. So I love it too. And I'm going to give you one final one. Long shot. And I talked earlier how this tournament has given you 4 maiden winners in the last 10 years. That being Max Homo is one of them, his first tournament win ever. So let me think of a guy in Cam Davis. This guy is 11th in driving distance. He's 11th in stroke gain off the tee. He's a mess everywhere else. But hey, if he can just get this thing going, another skinny, tall, lanky, powerful. 120? Did I get 120-1? I got some crazy numbers too. There's something light on it. The sprinkle game,
a little splash.
The sprinkle game might bring back a K. Why not? Cam fits this course, and that number, and for the power game he has, I'll take a shot.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And like I said, I was looking at a couple long shots for the round 1 leaders, and I just couldn't get comfortable. One of them was Hagee, dude. I was looking at Hagee at like 150-1 just because he can hit bombs too, man. And it's just like, you just have to hope that one of these like long shot bombers can just, get the putting right on the first day, right? That's ultimately, the angle I was trying to take. But I just couldn't get comfortable. Thought about playing a little Matt Wallace in that situation. I think he's at like 66-1 to be the round 1 leader. Was throwing around a couple names, but just couldn't get comfortable, so he did not pull the trigger. But listen, I'm pumped up for this course. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a wild weekend, and hopefully we get off to a good start, and we can get in on the live action, because once I know I'm comfortable, I can be a little more aggressive with the live stuff, and I have a very good feeling we're going to end up in the green where we belong this weekend.
Yeah, I do too, man. I think this is a fun tournament. I mean, look, you're seeing a huge tournament as far as talent goes, as far as power players go, and that's all because the PGA is here. It's coming.
Yeah,
they get a little warm up here with a long course before they go over to Kiawah and play the Ocean course. So, going to be a great tournament. I feel like I'm with you. I really feel dialed into what I think is important this weekend. I'm going to give you one last one before we get out of here. I know we got a quick one tonight, but looking at a matchup all tournament, like I'd like to give you guys, I like Rahm over JT. JT won here for his PGA championship, his one major championship.
So he's overvalued.
But he's overvalued. Rahm is the better driver of the golf ball. It's just a fact. And, JT's good so many other places. But if I'm going to take that, I'm going to take Rahm here over JT for a tournament matchup, all 4 rounds. I like Rom in this one.
I'm going to punch it in. Absolutely love it. Listen, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Sorry we can't get too in deep, but we got the winners, and that's what counts, right? We gave you a bunch of winners, and we're going to be hitting it live. Follow us on Twitter. Make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel at Heat Ratio Sports. Follow us on Twitter. Interact with us all weekend. We want to hear your bets. We want to hear what you're thinking. My favorite part about this golf betting is the live stuff that goes on the weekend. So I like doing these outrights and getting off to a good start, but love the live stuff. So make sure you're interacting with us on Twitter and like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. The best way to support us. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Dave, you got any last words for the people?
No. All I can say is follow us on Twitter because we do feel we're dialed into these numbers this weekend. Can't wait to just find those little matchups that we like and win you some money.
Let's get that money. We'll see you guys next